So it's this easy to create a sad piano guitar melody. What's up guys, and welcome back to another video, and today I'm going to create a simple trap beat in FL Studio. This video is sponsored by Mix and Key, and in this tutorial I'm going to use their Captain Epic plugins in FL Studio. If you want to check out the plugins, the link is in the description. So I hope you enjoy the tutorial. So first I'm adjusting the tempo or the BPM of this project to 159. So we're going to create a more up-tempo trap beat, so a BPM around 160 is perfect. So right now I'm going to use the Captain Play Epic plugin, and this plugin is perfect when it comes to selecting the right sounds for your melody. We could just play chords, but also play a melody. So right now I'm going to play a melody, so I'm going to select this one, and then I'm going to select a preset. So just open it up. For example, let's start off with a piano. So you already hear a preview, so I'm going to use this one. Apply. Right now open up the piano roll. So I'm going to create this beat in D sharp minor. Adjust this by selecting options, view, scale highlighting, and then select D sharp minor. I'm going to select the minor natural scale. So right now first I'm just going to draw in simple root notes. And while you're a beginner, this is the easiest way to start off by building your chord progression. So right now we're just starting off with the root note from our scale, which is this D sharp. So right now we use this A, B, and for example, and G. Just pick some notes within the white highlighted notes. So right now, we're going to turn this one down one octave because right now we're at D sharp 4. Turn this one down one octave. And just let's copy this one, Ctrl V. So D sharp 3, and right now we're at D sharp 5. And right now we're going to start off by building the first chord. So right now we're using this D sharp, and we're going to create a simple 3-note chord progression. So we just skip the first note and we use this one. And then we're going to skip the next note and this one. So this is our first chord. So let's turn this one down one octave. So we're pressing Command and an arrow down. And right now we're going to copy this one, turn it down one note. And as you can see, this one is not in the highlighted scale. So right now remove this one and add this to the next possible note in the scale. And right now we're going to keep it as simple as possible. So we're going to reuse this A again, this F again, and this B. So right now it sounds like this. Or now just let's play around. So let's pick this D and a G, which is half an octave lower and always goes perfect with a D. So right now this is our chord progression, and we're going to build a simple melody on top of this one. And this is maybe the most difficult part because you don't know where to start, but we're just going to keep it very simple. So right now we're going to pick one note of the chord progression. So let's start, for example, with this A. And we're going to create something very simple. So A, G, and then, for example, D, and let's pick this B. Right now we're going to tweak this melody a little bit. So for example, shorten this one. And one of the simplest way to add notes in between is just pick one note within the scale. So one note lower than this G. So for example, this F. And let's do something similar. So we're not going to use this F sharp again. So let's use this F. For now, I'm going to do something different. So for example, at this note right here, and at this right here. For example, reuse one of the notes. So for example, add a D sharp right here and right here. So right now we're creating a full sounding chord progression. And right now this chord progression sounds way too flat because we're hitting every note at the same force for the piano. So we're going to make some adjustments to the velocity or the volume of every individual note. And there's a very easy trick how to do this. So we're going to press Option S. So we're going to open up the strumizer. So right now make sure to enable preserve and play around with the velocity. So as you can see right here in the control section, the velocity is moving around. So just adjust this one until you like it. So for just the volume of every note, I play around with the melody, lower down the root notes one octave, and right now it sounds like this. So right here, I've adjusted this B5, which was originally a B4 like this. Simple adjustment just to keep it a little bit more interesting. And if you struggle with creating a chord progression like this, you could easily use the Captain Chords plugin, which can create a chord progression for you. So you could easily select the chord right here and just play around in this MIDI section. Add the chords and then export it into the piano roll. So right now we're going to open up the Captain Play again. And I want to add another element, which is a guitar. And the guitar and the piano always go perfect together. So right now we're going to select another preset. Easily select guitar. And this plugin contains some awesome guitars. So let's use this old G guitar. Make sure to select play melodies, but we could also, for example, create a chord. So it's pretty easy with using this plugin. Right now, we're just gonna use the play melody. So right now, we're just gonna copy this section of the piano melody and paste it into this one. So this sounds perfect and it just adds an extra dimension to the piano melody. So now we're going to use the Captain Deep. And this plugin is pretty awesome when it comes to creating your bass lines. So I'm going to select another preset. Also contains a lot of presets which are applicable to a lot of genres. So let's use this mini bass. So when you create a full chord progression, it's pretty easy to add a lot of layers. So just copy the root notes, paste them into the bass. Melody right now sounds way too dry, but we're gonna add some effects right now. So right now, select those ones in the channel rack, open up your mixer. For example, we're gonna pick insert 1 because we're gonna add the drums to insert 1 to insert 9. Select channel routing, route to selected channels. So right now, all the 3 elements are linked to the mixer. Alright, now let's start off by adding some reverb to the guitar. So right now I'm going to use some more stock plugins. So let's use the Fruity Reverb 2. Add a lot of wet. A lot of decay, around 4 seconds. The low cut. Enable the high cut. We're going to add some more delay. Which is pretty much in the background. Then we're gonna add some reverb to the piano. I remove the low frequencies until around 600 Hz because otherwise it's gonna sound really messy. And we're now gonna use an EQ. So I'm gonna use the Fruity EQ 2. I remove some of the low frequencies. Then open up the bass. Alright, now we want to remove some high frequencies from the bass. Also use the EQ2. Right mouse button, type, and we're gonna let the low frequencies pass. Scroll up. So only the low frequencies from the bass are coming through. So right now it sounds perfect. Alright, now I'm gonna add drums. So I'm gonna use my producer kit. Selecting the trap producer kit. So because I think the elements sound pretty soft, I don't want to add a snare because a snare would be way too present and contains a lot of mid frequencies. But because those elements don't contain a lot of high frequencies, we're gonna add this by using a clip. So let's use this one. So right now pick a random hi-hat. So this is the hi-hat pattern, but this one is a little bit more complicated. So this FOP will be for free, which you can download. And then you could just have a look at the hi-hat pattern. So right now I'm gonna add the 808. So I will select normalize. This is my favorite 808 of the spec. And the easiest way to add 808s is to create a simple envelope. Open up the envelope and settings, and then create a square. So you could take fully control of the 808, as you can hear. As you can see, the sample is already in C, so you don't have to make any more adjustments. Alright, now we're gonna keep it very simple. So right now, just copy the bass line, bass notes. Make sure to disable this one. Open up the 808. You're 2 octaves higher at D#5. So right now we're going to make some adjustments. So we're going to start off by adding the notes. So right now we're going to draw them in like this. Then use this G. We're going to create something similar right here. So remove this one, copy those notes to this B. Then just shorten this one again, and again at G5. But I don't like when the B is playing that the 808 is a little bit too short. So I'm going to add an extra note right here. Copy this one, Control C and Control B. So it automatically pastes to the next steps. Turn this one down 1 octave. So right now I want to add some more high frequencies to the drums. So right now, something which is perfect when it comes to combining them is using an open head. So let's use this open head. And right now I'm going to just follow the rhythm from the 808. So open it up in the piano roll, start at C. So I'm not going to copy the exact 808 pattern, but just play around and add some similar notes. So for example, 2 in the beginning, 3. And this all comes down to your creative process. So right now make it 8 bars. So right now it's still a very simple beat, but perfect when it comes to you as a beginner. So right now I'm going to open up the playlist, open up the channel rack again. We're going to right mouse button at pattern 1, where we created all of those layers. And then we're going to select split by channel. So we're going to split all the channels which we've created. So right now, when you scroll through all the patterns, all the channels are separated. So right now select the first one, press Shift, select them all, and then just drag them into the arrangement. Then just select them all, Control C, and just as I copied the note, use Control B. And right now we're going to build a simple arrangement. So first remove the 808, the heads, the clap, and the piano like this. And right here, the drums are coming in, but I'm going to create a build-up by playing around with the open head. The heads are coming in, the 808, the clap. I'm going to remove the guitar and the bassline, of course, because the bassline and the 808 can't play together. So now select song, and we're going to have a listen to this simple arrangement. So right now the bassline and the guitar and the piano is coming in. The guitar is blending perfect together with the piano. You can also add an effect right here. Head coming in and guitar. The guitar really adds some more ambience to the whole beat. So I think that's it when it comes to creating this beat, and right now I'm gonna wrap up the video. Thank you so much for watching this tutorial. Make sure to download this free FLP, the link is in the description, and also make sure to check out Mixed in Key. And thanks again to Mixed in Key for sponsoring this video. Make sure to check out the plugins, the link is in the description, and have a look at their website. So that's it for this video, and I hope to see you in one of my next tutorials.